Ships go missing.
It was difficult to understand how such a massive vessel could just disappear off the face of the earth.
Planes vanish without a trace.
We were absolutely astounded. We said, how could 5 of our planes be missing?
It's one of the most legendary stretches of water on the planet.
Instantly, these long lines formed all around the airplane, and I looked back, and I watched the tunnel collapse.
Some claim strange forces are at work. Others say it is nothing more than a myth.
I don't believe there's anything mysterious going on in the Bermuda Triangle.
Pilot Bruce Gernon is still trying to explain what happened to him on a routine flight over 40 years ago.
At exactly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we lifted off. I was flying with my dad, and we also had our business partner, Chuck Lafayette, in the back seat. I had made this flight at least a dozen times before in the same airplane.
Pilots make routine flights over this area of the Atlantic Ocean every day. But Gernon claims there was something different about this trip.
It was at around 1,500 feet of overcast with a light mist. So I climbed to 1,000 feet and started heading on our magnetic course toward Bimini.
From there, Gernon plans to fly northwest into Palm Beach International Airport. The estimated time of arrival in Florida is 4:20 p.m.
The first unusual thing that we noticed was this strange lenticular-shaped cloud that was a few miles offshore of Andros. It seemed to be hovering about 1,000 feet above the surface, and it was directly in front of our flight path.
Gernon pushes his plane to 321 kilometers per hour and heads for a patch of clear sky.
I was ascending at 1,000 feet per minute. And the cloud appeared to be ascending at the same rate as me. When I looked to the sides of me, I couldn't believe what I saw. This tiny cloud had expanded into a giant sickle-shaped squall.
Another massive storm is developing in the distance. Gernon is trapped.
There was this huge valley in between the two storms. Then, as I started heading toward it, I noticed these 2 anvil heads formed, one on each side of the 2 storms. And then the 2 anvil heads met and formed a huge tunnel.
Gernon is flying through an area some claim is associated with mysterious disappearances, a place called the Bermuda Triangle. Scientists say there's nothing particularly special about this region. Ships and planes go missing all around the world, the victims of weather and mechanical failures that send them to the bottom of the ocean. But some are convinced that here, something more mysterious is to blame. Astrophysicist Sten Odenwald believes we have a much clearer understanding of this region today.
The orbits of satellites over time were able to map out that this is a region of space in orbit around the Earth where computer systems had more flaky behavior.
It's called the South Atlantic Anomaly, and it stretches from the west coast of South America all the way to Africa.
With satellites that orbit through that, the satellite operator has to be very careful and monitor the satellite condition to make sure that the satellite isn't acting in an anomalous way.
Astronauts passing through the anomaly see strange flashes of light. Computers sometimes crash. there is no evidence that the same physics are at play in the Bermuda Triangle.
As scientists, we know that there are sweet spots on the Earth, but when you get near the Bermuda Triangle latitudes, there's simply nothing there. It's actually a fairly boring place in the magnetic field of the Earth.
Even though there's no evidence of anything strange happening, Bruce Gernon claims something unexplained happened to him and his father. Flying through a tunnel of clouds over the Bermuda Triangle, he and his father can't figure out their position.
You don't have us on radar? What do you mean you don't have us on radar?
He was raising hell, and I could see he's like going into a state of panic.
Miami Air Traffic Control supposedly can't locate the aircraft anywhere. It's as if the plane doesn't even exist.
And then another amazing thing happens. Instantly, these long lines form all around the airplane, and I look back, and I watch the tunnel collapse. The Miami radar controller comes back on the radio, and he's yelling now. He's all excited. And he says he's got an airplane directly over Miami Beach.
Gernon is confused. By his calculation, the plane should still be over the Atlantic about 130 kilometers east of Miami.
At first, my eyes couldn't really focus on the land below me. But then they came into focus, and I could see I was directly over Miami Beach.